Sandra LaFlamme with eXp Realty. You want to know what's going on with all the homes, all the luxury, all the things that are going on in Sarasota, Manatee County. That's an area in Florida that's just south of Tampa, on the southwest coast of Florida. So yeah, we had 4 hurricanes in the last couple of years, but I'm going to introduce you to an area today that had little to no flooding. Of course, when I bound right into where the Bradenton River comes up, you're going to see that it rose, but we didn't have flooding conditions there. And oh, are the builders doing such a good job? You're going to want to know all about these new construction projects in these neighborhoods that have been going strong for more than 5 years. Now, I moved some people into some of these areas 20 years ago. There's an exit off of 75 Moccasin Wallow. I'm going to show you on the map after I introduce you and show you what I'm going to talk about with JW Gibson, one of the home inspectors I love to work with. Has a little thing to do with I love Kentucky. I lived there for a little bit, and his roots in Kentucky, you can hear it. And he is just that good as far as being able to help you understand what's going on with your new build and also current properties that have been out there for 4 or 5 or 6 years. Doesn't matter. This is one of the inspectors of the long list of good inspectors that I recommend. But his name and a couple of other names are always going to be top. So watch this video with he and I speaking just today at another big event, and then we'll be right back. Sandra LaFlamme with JW Gibson. What you're going to want to know about inspections has everything to do with new builds. You're going to want to know what's going on with the new build as it's being built or what happened after it got built. And you're not going to want to live in it a year or two and do the warranty call. You're going to want to know ahead of time and talk to JW. You've been doing a lot of that now, haven't you, JW?
Oh, sure have. There's so many new constructions being built and thrown up all around the area. It's been really busy time.
And JW being a man of few words. Okay, so in the you do like a 5-point inspection, right? You go in and you look at the electrical, the plumbing, the roof, the slab, and the substrate around the house to make sure it's all done together. How do you break that down in your approach?
I just have a systematic approach that I go and inspect every house. I follow the same pattern every time. That way I don't miss anything. And go through each system, checking out the roof, entering the attic, looking at all the electrical stuff, taking the electric panels off, taking the, it's crazy how many things I find by taking the panels off the air handlers inside the homes.
What do you find?
Because mold. A lot of times it's mold. On the new constructions, not as much, but the older constructions you'll find like where they're corroding and starting to rust and having condensation dripping problems. And
it's nothing to be afraid of. It's normal in Florida. There's a little bit of fold, that mold. That's why we have a humidistat, because we keep that under control. But you're talking about, hey, let's pay attention to this. What is it that gives you an understanding of what's going on? First, you visually see it, and then you have a mold meter, right?
Right. I have mold testing. I'm a certified mold inspector, so I have air tests and swabs that I can do to confirm the presence of mold and determine what amount of mold could be potentially inside the home.
Mold. You can develop allergies from mold, brain fuzziness from mold. Your pets can start to lose all sorts of their health quicker than you, because animals are affected quicker. But overall, we want to stay on top of it. And one of the things that you do when you find out it does have mold, what's the next step that home buyer does?
Contact a mold remediation company and to come in to clean it out. Most of the time it's not that significant of an issue, especially when you get your home inspected and you find these issues early. That's why it's so important in a new construction to have the inspection done and don't skip the home inspection, because if you do, and let's say that you don't find these issues and your warranty period expires, well then you're out of pocket for yourself. That's when you got to pull your wallet out, your purse out. You've got to pay for everything. Whereas if you would have done the inspection and had it done, that would save your property from potential even more damage. Because the idea about doing an inspection in your home is to find problems when they're small. When they're small, they're a lot more treatable than if you let things go on too long.
Right. Now, that leads me to one of my favorite things that we check in the first, when it's not new construction, but this has happened in new construction, the Florida state bird can be very small. You take that right away and do something about it. That is our vermin and our bats. And that's happened in new construction, hasn't it?
Absolutely. 2 weeks ago, brand new construction, the folks hired me to do the inspection, and there was already a pretty good mice infestation in the attic. And within the last 3 weeks, I found a rat infestation today, another rat infestation, and then a bat infestation. So this, for example, the one rat problem in the attic, the two estimates they got for taking care of remediating that problem, fixing the entry points, was $9,000 and $10,000. Had they not had the home inspection and I not found it, well, once they close, it's on them. So it's very important. That's like I say, don't skip the home inspection. A few $100s for the peace of mind, and let's say that what rarely happens, that I don't find anything wrong, which is a very rare thing. At least you know you're buying a really good home.
Yeah, you're really good about helping people understand what's going on too. So this is one of the few home inspectors that can explain everything for you. You want the owner there for a little bit of it, don't you?
Oh, I prefer the homeowner to be there during the entire inspection. I realize though that a lot of times they're out of town. One of my clients today, she was in New York and at work, and so she wasn't able to be there. So in that instance, I got on the phone with her after I finished the inspection and went over the highlights of it, got home, sent the report to her, and what she will do, if she has any questions, she'll call me. I always tell all my clients, when the inspection's over, I don't go away, you don't get rid of me that easily. Call me anytime. If it's 6 months, 2 years down the road, I'm here for you as that resource to try to help you.
Thank you. JW, how do they get a hold of you?
You can either go to my website, which is gulfviewinspections.com, on my socials, or call me directly at 941-465, that's 8638.
Thank you so much. Good
you.
job. Thank you.
Thanks for coming back. Wasn't that great and informative? JW knows what he's talking about. And here's a little bit about the area that he said, Parish. This is North River Ranch area. This is kind of the little north side of Lakewood Ranch, one of the best organized communities, family-friendly communities in the United States. So if Florida's on your sites, Lakewood Ranch for sure is going to be on your sites. So in the price points between $300,000 and $3 million, I'm going to show you this area. So watch as I click into my MLS, you're going to get to see the deep roots and even what's going on right now. So I'm going to share my screen. This is what's going on with our MLS. I'm going to click on the map. So this MLS that I use covers a lot of Florida. So I never have a question in my mind what's going on. We also cover a lot of Puerto Rico. But here you see we're surrounded by a lot of water. So if there's a hurricane over in Miami, my friends come over and stay here. And a lot of people go over to Miami when the hurricanes and tropical storms are coming this way. But one of the things you're going to see, look how close we are to Tampa. The Greater Tampa footprint, we have a lot of those businesses that Tampa counts. Sun Hydraulic, Purvis Tumbler, PGT Windows, Chris Craft. We've got some major companies. So we've got people and who work also at the hospitals that have been coming in and out of the area and moving in and out of Moccasin Wallow. In the macro version you see on the map, I'm taking in Parish Lake. I'm coming back over here. Look at that, 13 homes available. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so you know what we're talking about. This is the North River Ranch area. Lakewood Ranch is right here and below into Manatee and Sarasota County. Look at this, Lakewood Ranch. And look at all these listings. So what matters to you and I? We're going to come back to the criteria because you're going to want to take a look at some of the new construction, but you're going to want to know what's going on. So right now in that area, there's 1,300 listings. And I'm going to make a little note to myself. 13. No, it said 31.95. Okay, we got a lot of humans coming, so we're making way for all these humans, and we're happy about it. Why wouldn't you want to live here? It's absolutely wonderful and spectacular. In the last 30 days, in that big whole area that I showed, this is more than one zip code. We have had 340 sales. Okay, and that's not even counting the new construction. So if we look at 340 sales and 31.95 listings. So right now, technically, we have about 10 months of inventory. But believe me, that's going to be absorbed pretty quick because all these builders have buy downs and lots of money to give you. But let's take a look at one of these beautiful homes that just sold. So you see what's really going on in our marketplace right now in River Wilderness, which is one of the areas that has so much green space. And this is what JW and I were just talking about, the homes that are in the Parish area. Look at this address, 11506 Harborside Lane in Parish. This beautiful home, side entry garage, 3 cars, tile roof, immaculate. Now, this area is known for homes like that. So guess what's going to happen to your appraisals when you have other homes of like kind manner in an area? These folks have done a good job in the last 20 years keeping their neighborhood up. Look at this beautiful upgrades, sense of space, sense of style. And this, let's just double check here. How old is this home? 2017. Look at these folks are keeping up with what you're seeing in the new construction models. So if you have a choice and you're clicking on my builder handout, or you click on any of my new construction tools, I'm always going to talk to you about the option of, okay, what if we found a home in a neighborhood that doesn't have dirt and dust and pounding, and the people all around you have probably been there for 10 years or 15 years. That's always an option that you want to look into. But look at this kitchen. Of the new construction tours that I'm giving right now, you'll see I'm always showing the double ovens, the beautiful cooktop, the range, so that you're cooking, the nice openness where you can have lots of people in the kitchen. You can be watching what's going on with golfing, with tennis, with basketball. People can be outside, and the house can be fully functional with, an entire wedding party, or just the two of you, because it's just so nicely done. These homes accommodate and really a golf course lifestyle. And if you have a really high paying job and you want to work from home, or you got to come back and forth to the office, why wouldn't you reward yourself with something this spectacular? And look at this, what they've done. The upgraded pool cage as you walk out. Let's see if it's going to take us out there to that area. We're looking at a couple of amenities, large bedroom, large closet. We all love the double sinks in the bathroom. And we'll come back to the pool in just a second, but look at this double shower. And they put the wall in front so that they have a little bit of privacy. We got the private toilet closet. As we're seeing a lot of things in this 2017 home that we're seeing in the 2025 homes. Lots of space. And there we go. Okay, one of the things that you're always going to want to be aware of, if you have a pool overlooking, what this does is a really nice water access. I'll show you on the map where this is, but they have a boat and they have the sort of pool cage that is there. You see just enough for stability of the pool cage, but nice views all around. Boy, they just are not missing a beat on this. And you see this outdoor walkway. What a nice lifestyle this is. Now I'm going to show you where this home is on the map. So when you and I are working together, or it blocked it. Come on, let's unblock that. We want that map. Always allow. Yep. Come on, map. Look at that. we're always going to take into consideration, where do you want to be? Do you have friends and family that are in this area? A lot of folks that would be looking at this home community could also be looking way up north of Tampa, way south in Naples. This is one of those lifestyles that you get to have in this price point where you're also close to a lot of things, because we've opened this about 4 or 5 years ago, where you see this Fort Hammer Bridge over here. And look at all of this waterway. This is what is called the Manatee River, but it's really, this is going to, look at this, straight out to the Gulf. But this water, you can imagine, as you're coming up this water, the violent weather follows the deep water. So as this comes further inshore, you have the land masses. It's going to slow down what's going on, either with a tornado, a tropical hurricane, or a tropical storm. And look at this access point. You can get off on 301 and jump right up to 75 and get up north to Tampa to St. Petersburg. That means St. Petersburg is going to be easy for you to fly in and out of. Or just jump on 75 and go a little bit south, come right over to Anna Marie Island. My favorite thing about Anna Marie Island is has rebuilt quick and fast, and a lot of amenities are open and wonderful. So this gives you a breakdown of, just because there seems like a lot of information right now, click on any of the links below and we'll book a call to find out what your best timing, your best considerations are, and also the opportunity, how you measure between what's going on with new construction and what's going on in neighborhoods that have been around for a while, and give you fabulous opportunities. This home, do you see that? It was on the market the smidge over a month. They took it off probably for a family event and put it right back on. This is also probably the sort of home that hired somebody like JW ahead of time and did a pre-listing inspection, and they handed that to one of the 5 buyers that walked through, because this is such a market where people are getting educated. They want information. So when builders are handing you a sheet of everything that they're going to do for you, so are our really fabulous home sellers. So if you're listening to this and you're a home seller anywhere, these are the things that I'm going to help you with, or have a team of people help you with. If you happen to have the unfortunate thing where you and I are talking because of your personal representative for somebody in the area, these are the things also, and I'm sorry for your loss. These are the things that I'm going to help you with. You don't have to be here. I have full teams of people that can give you white glove hand holding with everything that needs to be done for that house, so that it gets ready for the very next buyer in the marketplace. Or if you need an express offers for one of the 5 large firms that are working in the area, that can give you the highest opportunity to just have no showings and just get your cash out and close in the next 10 or 20 days. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here. And if you have any questions, click on the link below or comment, and I'll be sure to get right with you. When you click on any of the links I give you, it gives me an alert. And if I'm available right then and there, I'll call you if you want me to, or you can pose any question you want on email, and we'll get right back to you. Thanks for tuning in this week for a little bit of a market report on what's going on in Parrish. I gave you a perspective of how many months of inventory, but also if it's a wonderful home, you're not going to have a long time to figure it out. But that means for the next year, if you're deciding, or in 5 years, if I help you during that ramp up phase, you know what's good for you. And if there's new construction and the new build, we have lots of incentives going on right now. So make sure you go through me so I get you all of the incentives that the builders could possibly give you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you real soon. I'm Sandra LaFlamme with eXp, and I appreciate you. Have a great day.